Ruben and Aaron Hadlow, the world's most extreme kiteboarder and the 5-time world champion. We'll take a trip with them all over the globe, to the best beaches, the most important stops on the tour, and the most exciting spots. Our video diary is packed with action and unbelievable stories. They are on the loose. Here's what happened in the last episode.
I'm injured. I fucking cracked my ankle up again.
Bad luck for Ruben. He's on crutches for the time being. Aaron experienced the biggest letdown in his professional career. After winning 5 titles in a row, he's no longer the reigning world champion after crashing out of the World Cup finals in New Caledonia. South Africa is where our Globetrotters want to find their way back to form and good humour.
I don't know of any other place in the world that has beaches as wide as these, and almost nowhere is the wind as consistent as here. And me, I'm limping like a pancake. It really sucks. We're here at Aaron's house in Cape Town. He's keeping my spirits up and helping me get around as I can't drive at the minute. We're off to the hospital. I saw the doctor like 2 days ago, and he said, yeah, go get an MRI scan. And I had them today, and now I got the scans here, and I can go immediately straight back to the doctor.
Yeah, it's quick, hey?
So that's epic.
Get some results.
Get some results. Hope it's a good result, not a biggie, like 3 months. That will do my head in.
Yeah, that would be horrific.
Maybe I need to go for surgery.
It might be good though to get surgery, because then you're like fully fixed for this year, like next year.
Let's see what the doctor says. Whoa, this is pretty intense. My whole season kind of depends on the result of the MRI scan. My knees are shaking, but that's not because of the crutches. Medical terms. Hook me up a dictionary, please. I don't understand a word of this. When are they going to get to the point?
My concern was that because you've had multiple, you may have sustained a cartilage injury within your ankle. Okay? And unfortunately, the MRI scan confirms that you have exactly that. Now, the bad news is this is going to require surgery.
No.
And you're going to be off your feet on crutches for probably 6 to 8 weeks.
No.
And it's going to be up to 4 months before you're back on your board. 4 months.
That's a big deal.
I'm afraid it is, and this is serious surgery.
Man, I knew my ankle was busted, but an operation in a week, and then a 4-month break? I've got to get my mind on some other things.
Come on, Ruben. Don't let it get you down. I've got a surprise that's definitely going to cheer you up. This is private property, no trespassing allowed. We're in luck though, I know the owner. You won't find a more secluded and idyllic spot in the area.
Well, it looks like the wind's picking up now.
Yeah, we'll go out for sure. I was up here the other day.
What, we will go out? You will go out.
Alright, I'm going out.
Oh, fuck. I'm sitting on the beach again, eh?
Get to watch my epic moves. Just throw it down like you wouldn't believe.
I want to see some face plants and I want to see an epic mope with a grab.
All
5.
Right. We'll get some good face plants, that's for sure. I'm not used to setting up on my own. It's always better to have a session with friends. It's not all bad though. At least Ruben's on the beach so I can show off and go for some new moves I've been working on. Do you think he's going to make it?
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, we have a pretty harsh drive home, considering he's the driver. But I think he'll make it. He just has to wham it and not be scared and fucking land in the water. But it's going to be funny. Watch this. You're in, mate. You're in.
I have no idea who she is. Ruben just met her here on the beach. He's got a lot of time on his hands for that kind of stuff at the moment. The diagnostic was a pretty big shock for him, but he's going to be alright. And after the operation, he'll be more confident and even better than before. And me, I was a bit disappointed after losing my first place in the World Cup, but I'm alright now. I'm working on a few new tricks at the moment and really improving now I have more time on my hands. People are probably wondering what I'm doing it all for, but I want to stay on top of the game even though I'm pursuing new goals. So 2009 wasn't my year for sure. Already at the beginning of that year my heart wasn't in it, and for sure I had my goals changing. So for 2010, probably going to take a break from competing. You know, I've been doing it for like 7 seasons now. For sure it's time to take a break and focus on some other things, and then in the future I'll come back when I'm motivated to compete and kick some ass. That was a perfect warm-up session, but the highlight of today is next on the agenda. Yeah, we're down at Dolphin Beach, absolutely nuking. Big waves today, so we're going to go and hit some big loops. I'm going to get out there, taking my 7. It's going to be huge, I think. These days in the evening as the sun sets, it just gets so windy, and now's that time.
Session is going to be good, waves are big. As I was up for it, so let's see what he does. I think he's a bit scared though.
Yeah, I admit, I'm feeling a bit uneasy about this one. The wind is often this crazy in this spot, but I haven't seen it like this for a while. In these kind of conditions, you can't let your guard down. When it's this windy, you won't see me trying anything too technical. There's only one thing you can do: boost and loop that kite. Then, hope for a good landing. I've got to have total concentration, but Ruben's still clowning around like usual. The conditions are perfect for one of my favourite moves. Yeah, for me a mega loop is just above like a certain height, just like up there, like up 10 metres and more. Just looping the kite, trying to get it down as far as possible. And the feeling is like you go and then you go in as fast as you can, digging an edge as hard as possible, sending the kite up, and as you're getting on the way to the peak, that's when you start looping it. And then you still have quite a bit of pressure in your lines and your bar, enough to make it go down and pull you a lot. And then you have time for it to come back round and catch you, and then you land. I hope you're watching closely. I'm having so much fun. I think I'll do a couple more.
Alright guys, the operation was a success, but I was spared the description. It wasn't all that pleasant. And now I've got a physiotherapist almost every day. And Aaron is out enjoying the most relaxing weeks of the year. No events, no pressure. He probably spends most of the time down at the cable park. Who knows, he might just make the transition to become a wakeboarder. I've got absolutely no idea what that machine is for, but I hope it's going to speed up the healing process well quick.
Yeah, it's really cool to come down. It's a good atmosphere at the cable as well. It's like there's no wind and it's a bit more social, so it's cool to have your friends like maybe in front or behind you, see them do a trick and then you're like following them so you can do the same thing, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Ruben needs to take this in his stride. Getting injuries is the risk you take when you're a professional athlete. If he doesn't give it his best during recovery, it may never heal properly. The cable park isn't going anywhere. It'll still be here when he's ready. On the other hand, we're trying out so much new stuff that it's going to be all he can do to keep up. That's it, Ruben. Pedal evenly. Today we're finishing off with a nice little boat tour. I'm looking forward to some time off to decide what I'm going to do next year. I'm thinking something a little different. That's what I'm enjoying the most at the moment. Wakeboarding on the open sea, that's fun. I didn't bother to tell Ruben about this trip, it would have just frustrated him. So much fun on a good boat.
In the next episode of On the Loose.
Aaron, I guess, got really unlucky because one of the pipes cracked and it wedged into his binding and kind of cut open his toe. And I mean, these things are razor sharp.